Hello and welcome to Made in the M episode 31. And yes, this week I am alone again. The closest thing to co-host I have are those tiny little figures over there. They're stuffies from, Lidl. I think they're called Good Greens or something. Or grønskålinger in Danish, and there was just a campaign from January to March last week actually, I think, where you could gather points every time you shopped, and if you gathered enough points you got one of those for free. Well, a friend of mine and a former co-worker has 3 really cute kids, and I figured, oh, I shop there sometimes, my dad shops there a lot, so we actually gathered points and we got 3 vegetables, or stuffies, shaped as vegetables. All of this just to say hi. This should be a significantly shorter episode than last week because 1, it's only Thursday today and we recorded on Saturday, and 2, it's only me. And who am I? Well, my name is Fie and I'm coming to you from Denmark, which has been really lovely and springy these past couple of days. Today, of course, is overcast, typical. But I am still feeling that spring vibe. Can't speak, apparently. So I am wearing, let me just stand up, lovely boob shot. This is the Allino Decos Adult Garden Spring Tea. And I think I did this last year or the year before, I'm not sure. And it has this little detail on the sleeves, and it's just a basic tee. No real interest, a bit of shaping, and I think the colorway is called Eucalyptus. The yarn is a silk blend. Was it just silk? I'm not actually sure. I could check Ravelry, but who cares about facts? My alternative fact is that it's probably silk. Who knows? It is by Karno, which is a Danish designer and yarn company and all-round thing, and it's the rustic base. It's definitely silk, but is it silk and linen or silk and merino? It's in my project page. Anyway, that's what I'm wearing. Sorry about the adjustment. I have the world's smallest FO, finished object, and let me just do a cutesy presentation. You might have guessed what my FO is if you saw the last episode, but I should turn it around. And all of this is really exciting to you because there's nothing happening on screen. You can just admire me. I was never going to be a model. My modelling career would consist of doing everything that Patsy Stone of AppFab would do, which is model like the 70s. And there we have my faux. Well, like that, they sort of look like bunny ears like this. These are the Lindholm Samsø mittens. Stitch count is according to a size 3 months. The tension that I'm getting and the length is more like 3 to 6 months. The yarn is alpakka silk by Sandnes Garn. It's so incredibly soft, machine washable. In fact, these were in with my own laundry, as was the hat, and cute. The box you see there is actually the box that I'm going to collect all of the baby stuff in. So these are going in the box after this episode. Not a lot to say, knit them on 2.3 millimeters, 2.5 for the ribbing. And it has a substantial ribbing. It's just a basic 1x1 ribbing that you fold up and over, and depending on how far up the arm you want it, you can either do just half or you can do a whole turn, all depending on your baby and preferences. So yeah, a faux for the baby. I also have a hoe. As I mentioned last week, I am doing the Naughty Knitwits knit along, sock knit along. They have a stuffy knit along too. Sorry about that. I'm not doing the stuffies because I can't think of 12 stuffies that I want to do. Might do one for the baby, but 12? I don't have any other kids to give it to. Anyway, this is my hoe. It hasn't been washed, and it's the homegrown socks. I wish I could remember who the designer was. This little piggy is where I was last time, so I worked all the way from here, did the heel gusset. Well, yeah, bottom heel gusset here, doing it in two separate rows, so you get this sort of heart shape at the foot. Can't really tell like this. Foot heel, and then I did the flap, and I did do the seat stitch that the pattern called for, which does allow for a bit of extra roominess in the leg. It doesn't really, well, you can see a bit here that it sticks out a bit. It actually provides a really nice roominess, which means I didn't have to worry about this being a 64 stitch sock when usually on 2.25 millimeters, when usually I do a 72 or have begun doing a 72 stitch. The lace here is just a simple 4 row repeat, and it's so simple and easy to do, and you're never lost as to which row you're on. So nice easy work. Just did a simple 2x2 rip for the cuff as described, and bound off. So yeah, the yarn is Mothy and The Squid Grey Sparkly Rainbow. Really love it. It has a nice amount of stellina that I'm not sure it's going to pick up even if all the clouds are starting to disperse. Oh yay! But yeah, one sock. And as you might remember, last week I mentioned that I'm doing one of these and one of the skews for the Stockinette on Pace skews me knit along. I think we're skipping this week. Week 2 ended yesterday, and I haven't checked the boards today for confirmation, but I think according to the schedule we're skipping this week. So I have no progress on my skew socks, but they should be done before the end of the month, which is the only requirement from Naughty Knitwits girls. And I saw on, well, I did go on Ravelry. No, I didn't go on Ravelry. What did I do? went on Instagram this morning and saw that Leslie and Michelle of the Naughty Knitwits were with Leslie and Laura of the Knit Girls, who are in Portland for their Portland retreat this week. Runny nose, sorry. Yeah, that's the only recognisable things you're going to see. I did do a few rounds on my breathing space, but not enough for me to show you, because when I did, as I said, we have had a lovely weather. It's been sunny, I've been out for walks, I've been catching Pokemons, just been enjoying it basically, and that hasn't left a lot of time for knitting. And when I have knit, I haven't really felt like knitting big jumper like things, which is what, let's be honest, breathing space is very much a fall garment, in that it's 3/4 length sleeves, it's full length, it has roominess, it might be in fingering weight yarn, but still. So instead I cast on something new the other day, and I'm going to use my Surface Pro to show you, because I became prepared. What I'm going to knit, or what I am knitting, is this, I hope you can see it. I hope that it's tilted enough, that there's no glare. I know the glare's there, but let's see here. Is that better? Anyway, it's the Zinone top. It's by Andi Satterlund, and I am knitting the red version. I say red version because it's red here. The one with only the partial back lace. Partly because I'd go mad if I had to do the same 8 lace repeats all the way down, but also because I find the partial back much more wearable. I just wish I could wear shorts, cute little cut-off shorts. I could. It wouldn't be a pretty sight. I could. I am much more a shorts with, well, not booty shorts, but you know, shorts with tights kind of girl than a, let me show you all of my cellulite type of girl. Anyway, as I said, I'm doing the partial back. And, let it go, thank you. Yes, that's me talking to my yarn and my computer. So I'm not very far. You start out by doing the back panel. And this is a pale yellow that's just really lovely. This is 3.5 repeats, just about, of the back panel. Just imagine this is my back. And so I'll have this, I'll have almost double of this. I'm thinking of maybe, I saw some people doing a modification where they actually did an extra lace repeat of the back and just took it out of the straight knitting before you join the front and back. And I kind of like that idea, but really it depends on, I might not do it, I might do it. I'll do the 8 repeats that the pattern calls for, and then I'll sort of block it and see where it hits me, because I want it to hit me above my bra. I mean, don't we all? But I still want it to be a substantial part, so we shall see. This is lace, so it'll block out, And the yarn I'm using is, I'll grab the next bowl, Basic Garn Allino. Basic Garn is a Danish company out of Fredericia or Kolding. Don't actually remember. And it's a 50-50 linen cotton blend. And so far it's a bit stiff, which I'm thinking is partially, well, neither cotton or linen is very elastic, so it's a very stiff and dead yarn, but it's not hurting my hands, which is nice. I am knitting this on a 3.5mm Chargu needle, which is a US size 4, if I remember correctly. I think the pattern says a 3.75, but it also says a 24 stitch tension. So I'm doing a 3.5. I don't know if actually maybe. Let's ask the computer, shall we? Computer. Let's go back. Oh, 24 stitches and 28 rows, so it's to get a more open work. I think this was knit on a 4. Maybe not. Now that I have the computer out, I can actually tell you all kinds of interesting details about this. Yes, this was knit last year. And now this is a 3.5mm needle as well. And it's a rustic nature by Carnot. Oh, and it's a 58% silk, 42% cotton content. So not too dissimilar to the Allino, only instead of silk it's linen. But it feels about the same. And I really like how this feels on the skin, especially in summer when it gets hot. So I'm hoping that maybe the linen will do the same thing. It's just such an easy piece to wear. Yeah. I think it fits most situations, like in the summer. Put it on a nice skirt and off to work you go. Or sipping drinks at the beach harbour in Monaco. A friend of mine is in Nice right now, and she tells me it's really warm and sunny, and I am very jealous. That might have been why I'm craving the sun. And yes, I say I'm craving the sun. I wear a ton of sunscreen because this skin has 2 colours, paler than pale, no 3, blue, paler than pale, and red. Red might range from a soft blush coral red to a lobster red. So sunscreen everywhere. But I do love the sun. Don't like the heat, love the sun. The sun doesn't love me. Which is also why getting foundation damage is really difficult. I cast on something yesterday. I've been rewatching Ab Fab because I read somewhere that Jennifer Saunders said that Ab Fab, or Absolutely Fabulous, if you're not familiar, it started as a sketch that Jennifer Saunders and Dawn French did. Then it became a TV series with Jennifer Saunders as the mother, Edina, who is a PR agent. Let's face it, who lives off the alimony of her rich husband. Yes, plural. And has this daughter Safi, who's like the sensible one who was neglected, left at nightclubs, and yeah. It's actually a comedy. If you don't know it, it's really fabulous. Name. And I've loved the series since, I think I first saw it when I was in my late teens, and I loved it. I was so much a Safi. I'm still a Safi. I'm a Safi who aspires to be an Adina. Only I don't have the finance or the love of designer brands that Edina does. I could probably do a better job of being a PR agent to her people, but hey ho. But I started rewatching the entire series. I think there's like 6 seasons. They did 4 and then came back for 5 or 6. The 5th or 6th one, I'm not sure. Or maybe they just did specials. I've been rewatching at any rate. Because it's a series which is such strong and dysfunctional and still somehow successful and really ridiculous female characters. Almost all of the characters are female. The few male characters are either gay or ex-husbands or conquests or models, because it is the PR and fashion world. Patsy, the codependent best friend of Edina, is a fashion editor for Vogue, I think. And it's such a ridiculous series. And Jennifer Saunders, the creator, or co-creator, and the writer behind it, basically. I don't know if Dawn French wrote it too, but she came out in an interview saying, well, AppFab would never work in today's world. That it's very much a product of the 80s, 90s, huge PR, laugh at ourselves world, because it was such a big hit with the PR world as well, because they could see themselves in it, even though it was so ridiculous. And you don't have the same market today, because it's, look at me being ridiculous and totally ranty and off topic here, but I've been rewatching it. That's because I feel sad that other teen girls won't get to see it and fall in love with it unless they've come across it late night somewhere. But they did a movie last year, and yesterday I watched the movie and decided to cast on something simple because I have to have the chart to do the Zinone top. So I went into my queue and I picked out the Portico top, which I've been wanting to knit forever. It's just a simple, loose-fitting cropped top. I don't know if I'll do a cropped top. It'll fit nicely with my skirts if I do it cropped. So I might do it like that, but I'm not doing it loose fitting. I'm actually doing a fitted version. And I'm not very far because I did start and then I did a lot more ripping than I have now and found out that I was doing a Mobius. And that so rarely happens to me that I forget to check. So I ripped it out and cast on again, and I'm only like starting the 3rd row. I'm using Hjertegarn blend bamboo, something I've had in stash for several years. I actually think I bought this to do the morning mist tea. I still want to do the morning mist tea, but I want to do it in a different colour, and I wanted this to be like plain, soft, goes with everything. Still need to find a pair of black trousers in a non-stretchy shiny fabric, like proper work pants. The color is 1361, which is just a grey. And it's so super soft. It's 70% bamboo, 30% cotton, and it's a fingering weight yarn. The pattern is written in pieces, or you do a front and a back, and then you seam it all together. I actually cast on both sides, eliminated 2 stitches on either side, so I don't even remember the cast on, but let's say it was a 150 stitch cast on. Then I did 148 instead, and did that twice, one for each side. And you just knit it, it's a rib, and you just knit it straight up and do something about the sleeves. So I'll have to knit up until the arms, and then knit each side separately. But again, it's basically just repeat whatever you did for the front or back, for the opposite. Like I said, summer tops. I've also been looking at other things I might want to knit, but those are the things I cast on. And I do think that usually it's just that, oh, it's summer, so we want to knit summer things, or it's winter, so we want to knit warm things. At least I do. But I find myself, when we get to this part, and this might just be down to living in the climate that I live in, where it seems to be dreary and cold and wet for a long time, and so we get these little hints of spring, and I'm just like, yes, I want spring, I want colour, I want tops that barely cover my arms, I want flowy fabrics, I want everything. And then I forget that it's like 5 degrees outside and I still have to bundle up when I go outside, but at least the sun is shining. And I can pretend that it's nice and warm sitting in here. And more than anything, I can knit all the stuff I want to knit, and then it'll actually be ready by the time we get like warmer temperatures, and I can actually wear it outside. That's the joy of knitting. It's not just done in 2 hours. So you have to put in the work, and suddenly it's actually warm enough to wear it. The opposite doesn't happen, because I don't start thinking, oh, it's September, I should knit warm things. Well, I do think I should knit, but don't get the urge to knit it. Not until it actually gets cold. It's like, put on all the wool. No. Funny voices. Well, I don't know about funny voices, at least. Is that it? Yeah. I think that's it. The Zinone will be plain sailing when I get to the, well, as soon as I get past the lace bit, because as you can see it's just a simple top, knit top down. You don't have to do the sleeves because the sleeves are already incorporated. This is the sleeve edging, so it'll just be like this drop off sleeve here. And yeah, so as soon as I get past the lace, it'll be, well, the back lace and the little front lace hint that you get. It'll be plain sailing, which is probably when I'll get bored, but at the same time it's also when I get really productive, because just knit, 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 knit. The sleeves are a bit tighter. Sleeve edgings are a bit tighter than everything else, so it'll give a bit of a gather. or really I shouldn't, when I knit it, I shouldn't really tighten it as much. So, something to look into. But yeah, really love this lace. It's so simple and geometric, and it's what Andi Satterlund does best. If you remember, I did the Blaster cardigan by her in a yellow, but a different neutral cool yellow. More greenish cool yellow, I think, if I remember correctly. But yeah, looking forward to doing a bit more knitting on that as soon as the recording is finished. I was supposed to have a visitor today, mainly my friend whose kids are getting the stuffies, but she had to cancel. So, boo-hoo. More knitting time, more enjoying the sun that's peeking through, more banana milkshakes for me. Anyway, I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you next. Can't even do my farewell. Should we try that again? Okay. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.